'Cause I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Been to Tullamore, Seymour, Lismore, Mooloolaba, Nambour, Roochdore, Kilmore, Marillaba, Birdsville, Emmaville, Wallaville, Connemara, Connemara, Strathround, Proserpine, Ulladulla, Darwin, Gingin, Lilliquin, Muckdilla, Wallumbilla, Bougainville, Cumberland, Ramachilla. I've been everywhere, man.
There we go. I didn't have to sing Seymour because it's in that part of that song. Yes, Seymour is part of that song because Lucky Star has been there. We're going there today, and it's with a great deal of pleasure. We introduce to you Hank Kreemers. Good morning, Hank.
Good morning, Neil, and we're having a great weather day up here in Seymour, and it's always a good climate over here. And yes, you want to know a little bit about how Seymour came about?
Yeah, that'd be good. We should do a bit of that. We also need to give your radio show a bit of a plug. We have a sister station up there, 103.9. We'll talk about that towards the end. So why does Seymour exist? And by the way, where is Seymour? That'd be a good starting point.
Seymour is on the Hume corridor from Melbourne to Sydney, and it started as a small village and as the new crossing place, which predicts the river, to get over the river here in Seymour, the Goulburn River. And in 1819, when John Clark started the Robert Burns Inn near a ford across the river. And in December 2009, it marked the 170th year since Seymour was first settled, making it one of the oldest inland towns in Victoria.
If Rob was still here, he'd say, yes, I remember it opening, because he is about 170. So See, he's now listening on the radio and he can't say anything back. That's the really good thing. Anyway, keep going.
He's not streaming in. Seymour is also the junction of two major highways, being the Hume Highway and the Goulburn Valley Highway, which are now freeways around the town, by the way. It's grown somewhat since 1819, I guess.
Yeah, well, my childhood memories were that the intersection of those two roads, the Hume and the Goulburn Valley, used to be a nightmare of intersection to get out of, particularly if you were coming back to Melbourne from Shepparton.
My word, there was a T intersection there with a red flashing light, and some of the holiday periods, like Easter Monday, the traffic was back to the north side of Avenel.
Yeah.
Places. So yeah, it's very busy, but that's been rectified with two freeways now and a big interchange on the Goulburn Valley and Hume Freeway interchange.
Absolutely. Now, my other recollection of Seymour is that there's a little bit of military activity in that neck of the woods.
There's a lot of military activity in the neck of the woods, and we've got probably one of the largest army bases in Australia, Puckapunyal, which is a tri-service base now, where they trained all the services, and it's huge, and quite a big population, has its own town, its own schools, its own everything out there at the base, and it's a very secure base since the Twin Tower attack in America. It's been the security out there now is really tight. So
my knowledge of the military and my knowledge of geography is not known to be one of my strong points. I've got visions of, I understand the army, and there's probably an airstrip out there. How does the Navy work? Does it come up the Goulburn River? Is that how it gets in there, or is it more theoretical?
In a tinny, Neil, no. There's a lot of training off the water for Navy.
Right, okay, fair enough.
Out of the air for Air Force as well, mate.
Yep. Oh, okay, fair enough. No, that's good.
But it's also one of the biggest military ranges, probably in excess of 45,000 acres. So
wow.
It's a pretty huge base. And also, while we're on the military, to mention the Vietnam Veterans Commemorative Walk right here in Seymour, which is an icon, Australian icon, because there's displayed there the 60,000+ names of people that went to Vietnam, and also the tracker dogs have also got a mention on that wall, and it's got a lot of artefacts like a helicopter up on a stand, a Centurion tank, a 105 howitzer gun. It's got the Luscombe Bowl airfield display where the entertainers used to entertain troops in Vietnam. It's got everything. It's just one of the icons in Australia now, the Vietnam Veterans Commemorative Walk right here in Seymour.
we have one of our most loved members of the team here, Robert Eagles. He will have his name on that wall. I think he's actually in the building as we speak. Obviously 60,000 others. An extraordinary period of time in Australian history, and an extraordinary level of involvement and sacrifice by so many people. Younger folk like me who were very young children when Vietnam was on. We salute the work you guys did.
Thank you. And also, it's it's made with digiglass, and all the names are on digiglass with the photos in superimposed in the glass that the boys over there took and brought home.
Okay, wow. So it sounds like it's well worth a trip. How far out of Melbourne is it? Probably an hour's drive, hour and a half's drive?
It's an hour's drive out of Melbourne, and that brings me into another. I call Seymour the hub of the wheel, Neil.
Right.
So we're an hour from Melbourne, an hour from Bendigo, an hour from Benalla, an hour from Shepparton, all large provincial areas, and striking range within an hour of all those four large places. So it's in a great spot, Seymour, and it's got probably one of the bigger rivers in Victoria running right around it.
Well, if it's an hour from Melbourne, that means it's only 2 hours from the centre of the universe.
That's it.
Now, before we go, because we do have to wind up the conversation shortly, Hank, 103.9 Seymour FM. Took them a long time to come up with the name Seymour FM, I suspect. You have a program on there. Tell us about that, when we can listen to it.
I've got a program on that at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday morning, and I interview local clubs. And I start off the first Tuesday in the month. I talk to the CFA, which was replayed this morning, and it's replayed on Saturday morning. On the second Tuesday, I talk to a Rotary Club. On the third Tuesday, I talk to the local police department. And on the fourth Tuesday, I talk to the Lions Club.
Okay. Well, fifth Tuesday must be a bit ordinary.
When there's there's 5 Tuesdays in the month, I talk to SES or ambulance.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough. Well, of course, at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday morning here, we've got Dave Finlayson doing his very excellent front page program, but I'm sure people can listen back on demand or something, can they, via the website?
Yes, well, you can, on demand, and also it's repeated every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, well, no one's listening to it at 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning, mate. They're all listening to us.
Oh, sorry.
So how long have you been involved in community radio?
I must mention before we do go, got a fantastic hospital here in Seymour.
Yep.
It's owned with its own emergency helicopter pad.
Wow.
And also two doctor surgeries in the town. It's a really, really great place, and a great climate as well. Yeah.
So the size of the town, roughly?
It's 7,000.
Okay.
Figures. Yeah. For a town with 7,000, which is not a real big population,
yep.
We've also got the 4 supermarkets as well.
Oh, okay.
Woolworths, Coles, IGA and Aldi.
Wow, glad you named all of them, because otherwise you have to take out a sponsorship announcement with the ones you didn't name.
I'd be in trouble because I better put in Bunnings and Repco as well.
Oh yeah, we'll just name every business in town. No, we won't. We better not do that. Hey, Hank, great to catch up with you. I know that you have already participated in the I've Been Everywhere Project podcast. That'll come out sometime during the year. Thanks for your chat. Thanks for your service in Vietnam, and also for being one of the hundreds of people across Australia who present community radio for the entertainment of those around Australia, and particularly in your case in Seymour.
Thank you very much, Neil, and thank you for the opportunity. And also, I forgot to mention Seymour Industrial Industries.
Oh, we better have a crack at them as well. Good on you, mate. We'll chat soon.
Okay, thank you.
All the best. There he is, Hank Kreemers up in Seymour.